Good morning, friends. It's Nancy, and happy Sunday morning. Hope your weekend is going great. This is a project I'm excited about. I saw it just this week on Pinterest, or sorry, not Pinterest, Instagram. Lily in New Zealand, I will link her below, shared this, and I said, oh, I have to make this, and she wished me well, so here it is. What she made was postcards, well, a postcard, with a vintage linen, like that, for example, and then blanket stitch around the edge. So that's what I want to do. So I've got some old, torn, stained, vintage embroidered linens that I will use. But the first step I want to do is to age these a bit. These are way too white for me. I have this spray bottle that's coffee and a little bit, well, a big splash of rubbing alcohol just to keep it from getting moldy. It looks a little dark. I'm wondering if it's starting to evaporate. And oh, well, if these end up too dark, I will add water and do some other ones. Let's try make 6. Because there's alcohol, this will dry really fast. And I just... Okay, I'm just going to move that. Actually, I'm going to pat some of that coffee off. I was just watching a video of a thrift haul of somebody I don't know, and she mentioned the used bookstore in London, and I thought, oh, maybe she's local. She's the other direction. Okay, I'm just going to move this over here. I'll take out one to use as a sizer. Okay, clearly I want to do this bird. And I will just kind of go roughly around it because I'm going to need to iron these before I can glue them. Some people probably wouldn't. I'm just going to save that little piece, put it in my thinger there, add to a cluster maybe sometime. This one, I don't know. I like this, the rosebud. I do not like the butterflies. They're not a great color. Yeah, it's definitely the rosebud I like. Like I like the butterfly on its own, but it's too small for a postcard. This one is super cute, but I don't know. This has got some tatted lace. I think that's cute. I think I'm going to have to go this direction. Lord knows what it's going to look like. But this too will be an experiment. But look at that little rosebud there. Cute, cute, cute. And this is so easy to snip off. It's all hand stitched. I could be using that. Ooh, wouldn't it be fun to put this around one of the postcards? Okay, I'll put that aside and we'll look at that later. This one, I don't know if there's anything here. This looks like maybe a kid was practicing, because it's just a flat piece of linen. I don't think it's linen. I think it's muslin. Cotton. I might do the chicks anyway. I mean, it's a little naive, but let's do it anyway. Oh, Doug's home. I'm just going to pause and give him a greeting. All right, this is a big placemat. I actually have two of them. Hope I don't run out of cards before I run out of linens. Ooh, that scared me. Doug's dropping things upstairs. It made me jump. I was going to chuck these, and then I thought, you know what? This might be a good base for a journal cover. So I'll hang on to that. This one's pretty grungy. I don't know. I just had a couple more I pulled out. Oh, this one. This was in a frame, I think, when I bought it. Perfect. Perfect. Here we have a... Oh, I've got several of these. 3, I guess. No, 2. What's this? 2 peacocks. Now, of course, I wouldn't be able to get the whole tail in. I'm going to save it for something else. What do we got here? So this has got cross stitch. I think I'm going to save this for something else too. I think I paid $1 for it. I was just saying, thinking I saw a price tag there. Okay, I think the rest, I did cut some others out already, but I'm gonna go do some ironing. Everything's now pressed. I'm not happy with how these turned out. So I cut some 4x6 rectangles of this kind of creamy cardstock. File folder would also be good. Yeah, this would have been okay. You know what it is? It's the font. The font is wrong. So I had a stamp that said postcard, but I also have this postcard here. It's an old one. And I didn't much like the front image. So in order for the image not to show through the textiles, I glued it to this piece of paper. All right, let's get a piece of scrap here. And glue this all up. This says 1927 on it. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to dry. All right, this one I wanted to show you that I want to center this bird, but it's going to give me some wings over, like a fraction of a wing over there. So I want to unpick that. Just so it doesn't look weird. I mean, weird's fine. Nothing wrong with weird, but I'll probably do better with the correct tool, but I don't happen to have it handy. Okay. Just use this stylus. if you hear a machine turning on and off, that's the dehumidifier. It is damp, damp, damp down here in the basement. Of course, we have to have the proper humidity for the guitars. Never mind the paper. In the winter, he runs a humidifier, and in the summer, he runs a dehumidifier for the babies, for the baby guitars. Okay, I think if I can get this last stitch out, that'll be enough. You can faintly see the line. I don't know if it was penciled on there or if it was an iron-on transfer. Let that dry. I'll do these other ones later. Oh, yep. Maybe I'll do this pansy one to show you. That's where I took the hem out. It's actually Saturday morning as I record this. Very early Saturday morning. Little off center. Okay. Now, the next step is, this one I did use the coffee dyed, is I went with my sewing machine, took the thread out of the needle, and just chose a very long stitch length. I think it was a 5mm stitch length. And sewed along the edge so that I will have a place to easily get my needle through, and it make sure my stitches are going to be the same length and the same distance apart, because I'm going to do a button stitch. So I think I'm going to start on this end. I'm not going to cut all 4 edges off at the same time, just to prevent any unraveling during the stitching. Okay, I'm using ordinary, this is Anchor embroidery floss. I took 2 strands and folded it in half, and then put all 4 ends through the needle so that I would have this loop, because I want to avoid using knots. I think I'll start sort of in the middle so that I can show you how to deal with turning the corner. So we've avoided a knot by just looping the needle through the loop to secure that. I'm going in and then up from the back. In. I apologize if you are already an expert in this kind of stitching. I know every time I start to do something with buttonholes, I got to watch a little video to remind me how it works. Couldn't quite find the hole there, so I'm just reminding myself of where it is. Okay. If you don't want hand stitch, I'm sure a zigzag would be just ducky. Now I'm going to come around, I'm going to go through the same hole. And I'm going to do it again to come around the corner. And then just carry on in from the top. Now, can you imagine how long this would take if I didn't have those holes? Just a few more stitches and then I'll show you how to end it and then how to start the next thread. Oop. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back to the back, keeping it flat at the top and keeping that stitch up and down. I'm just going to go under 4 or 5 stitches, but not pull too hard. I'll cut all of these off at the same time. All right, let me thread the needle again, and this time we'll do something slightly different. I like to pull out one ply at a time so that the threads don't get tangled. The stitches stay a little flatter. Okay, only pulling up the 2 ends. So I'm just going to run my needle under that stitch, pull it about halfway, and then fold those threads together. Okay, so now we can start again without a knot. Come on. There. Down from the front and up through the back. Maybe I will cut that off so it doesn't get tangled in there and make me crazy. Okay, so I think you've got the idea here. I have gotten a few done already, and I'll show you those. And I'll let you know what I used to stitch. The first one I tried was I think it was number 10 pearl cotton. Not my favorite. It was really hard to pull through. It was this yellow one. So the one with the ducks. I guess they're chicks. They're not ducks. So I found it difficult to do the pulling that thick thread through. And there's this one. And this one. So I've got several more to go yet. And with the miracle of television, I'll just quickly flip through these, give you a look. This one I made into a tag shape. I'm going to take the stitching out here and shorten it. I'm not happy with this white area down here. Let's pop one into the book. I had a little Timmy clip somewhere. Did you see where I put it? There it is. I'm going to use this one. And this is we're going to call this Vintage Embroidery Postcard, inspired by Lily New Zealand .L3, I think it is. It's not 13, it's an L. I don't think she has a channel, but she's definitely one to save for your she's definitely one to save as a favorite on Instagram. She's always coming up with something really unique and creative. So thanks for joining me today. Come back again soon. I think tomorrow is Monday. I've got a little thrift haul. And maybe a little catch up on where I am with projects. I'm not sure. Definitely a little thrift haul. Take care. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.